I make more from social media than most influencers do. If I had lost everything today, this is exactly how I'd rebuild my 75K per month online business just using social media. I'm going to tell you how I started as a UGC creator making videos for companies like Whoop and Lululemon, Kane Footwear, and more, and how I ultimately lost all of that when I had a bad breakup. I lost brand deals, I lost all my TikTok income, and my 150,000 followers basically weren't making me any money. And then I'll show you what I did to take those social media skills to turn them to online business so that I could actually generate a ton of sales for myself without actually having to do much work at all. You're gonna wanna watch this through because I use principles to make my decisions in business. I don't just go around and listen to what other people say. I have an end goal in mind and then I use my principles to get there. It's very simple, but most people still won't do it. So just a quick intro for those of you who don't know me. My name is Owen Nurmanen. I was a TikToker, influencer, creator person, but that kind of fell through. Now I do social media. I run an online business. I run a couple actually, and my businesses are generating close to 100K a month right now. The thing is, I wasn't always here. I was actually a professional Fortnite player was the first thing that I did. I was playing junior college basketball in 2017, 2018, and I ended up hurting my back. I had an L5 pars defect, which was basically a broken back. I got it from dunking. I actually used to be able to jump a little bit. But when I realized my back injury was broken and Fortnite had just came out, I had always wanted to be a professional gamer. And I was like, well, if I'm going to be bedridden for a year, I may as well give Fortnite a try. So I basically locked in. I went in next day, bought a computer with all the money I had saved in my account. It was like $1,200 or something. And I started playing Fortnite religiously. I had a singular goal in mind, and that singular goal was to become a professional Fortnite player. There was no other reason in my mind to even play video games or to do anything for that matter, unless you're going to try to be the best. After World Cup in 2019, I ended up finishing like 62nd or something like that in solos in the World Cup, which was pretty good, but obviously not quite good enough to make it. And I had a decision to make. Do I want to finish college and finish my degree and make my mom proud? Or do I want to stick with gaming, even though I was kind of burnt out from playing 12 hours a day for the past couple of years? And I decided, maybe gaming's just not for me. You know, if it was, I probably would have more success with all the time that I put in. Yes, I was successful, but wasn't really what I wanted to do. So I went to college and I ended up getting that degree. So I went to Clemson and I ended up getting my degree in business management and entrepreneurship. But prior to graduating, I had a tech sales internship my junior year of college. And that was when I had a realization that, oh, I'm a very normal college student with like a 3.1 GPA. I'm basically just gonna work for other people my entire life doing sales unless I can figure out how to make some type of money outside of normal work and jobs. So what I ended up doing was posting on social media. So I started posting on TikTok, I had no idea what I was doing. I liked Marcus Milioni. I followed his TikTok and he posted a lot of fitness stuff. So I was like, let me put some fitness stuff, high rate training, running, all that out there. Posted 3 times a day for a year. I basically gained 10K followers posting fitness stuff 3 times a day for that first year. And I only had 1 to 2K followers on Instagram. I was pretty small. But going into the second year, that's when things changed for me. I got my first brand deal, my first UGC deal with a company called Whoop. And now Whoop is a fitness wearable. And they were my first big deal. They were paying me $3,750 for 5 videos a month, which is about $750 per video. And that was a 6-month contract. And then I got a 3-month extension after that, and then a 6-month extension after that. And then we'll talk about why I'm not working with them anymore in a second. But that was my first big deal. And at the time I was doing a remote sales job for a company that was headquartered in Midtown Manhattan, which I thought was cool and prestigious and stuff out of school. But really they were paying me $50K a year. $50K a year. It's not like you can't do anything with that. You really can't. It should almost be illegal. Like, I don't know how the minimum wage has not risen. Like, these are different discussions, but anyways. So I started working with different brands and stacking these brand deals on top of each other doing UGC. And this was prior to TikTok Shop. But basically companies would pay creators to make ads for them on Instagram or YouTube or whatever it is. And you don't have to be an influencer to do it. You just have to know the product, know what you're talking about, and make convincing good ads. So I've worked with all these massive brands. And on top of that, I currently have a couple online businesses from UGC that I now manage creators for brands, run social strategy. I've done some creative director roles. I've pretty much done everything around organic social in terms of influencers, UGC, content or performance marketing, like all these different little things I've pretty much managed for pretty big companies. Some of my biggest clients are, people that your mom talks about, like massive brands and stuff, right? And the reason why I stumbled into UGC is because I actually started with nothing. My parents were divorced when I was young. My brother was special needs. He had autism and Down syndrome. And the only advantage I felt like I had wasn't money or, nepotism or any of that stuff. It was the fact that I had a little grit to me and I was willing to actually just post more than other people. I have a principle where if you do more than other people, you'll get luckier, you'll be more successful, and you'll actually be happier if you do more than other people. Like it's a very simple thing. If you do more, you get more. So if I had to start over with none of that stuff again, the first thing I would do is go super high leverage. And there's really only two skills I think right now that are very high leverage. One of them is coding. And with the addition of low code, no code tools and SaaS products and stuff like that, coding is it's still important to know how to do, to be honest, but it doesn't have as much weight as it used to. But the one that does have the weight is social media marketing and content marketing, because everyone, even the coders, are trying to partner with people that are very good at social media. And so I realized, okay, I think I can make a video go viral. I don't think it's anything that tricky. I think it's entertainment at the end of the day. If you're scrolling on the For You page, you're basically just looking at things that are entertaining or provoke emotion in you. So it's like, okay, how can I provoke emotion? So what I started doing was talking more about storytelling, things that happened in my life that I thought would be applicable to other people. Things about dating, relationships, basketball, trending topics, things that, everyone was talking about. And I was like, it's just entertainment. It's not that hard. And that led me to getting like 200, 300 million video views on TikTok alone. So starting over, if I only had a phone, then I would simply post on social media. And so many people give me rebuttals like, okay, well, I'm not a professional, or I haven't sold a giant company, or I haven't done this or that or whatever. Well, I didn't either. But if you actually post 3 times a day, your videos can start to go viral and people can actually relate to the stories that you're telling. I truly believe that everyone was given something that they're exceptional at. Maybe they haven't discovered it yet, but there's something that they have tremendous passion and belief in, right? There's this concept called ikigai. Ikigai is a Japanese principle, which is an intersection of these 4 things. The first one is what you love. Second is what you're good at. The third is what the world needs. And the fourth is what you can get paid for. So if you can combine these 4 things, then you have your passion, and then you can talk about and make a platform for your passion. And that's how you can have unlimited content and grow your social media and learn how to do content. And then once you're doing that, you can work with all these brands. So it goes like this. You start building your personal brand about things that you like. You learn social media skills so that you can go viral. You start promoting other people's brands and products. And then fourth, you build your own business off of it. And that's where I'm at right now. Because I'm really good at social media and marketing, I'm able to promote my own business just through organic and do 75 to 100K per month. That's no bullshit, like that's real. And now with companies like WAP that literally provide a SaaS platform for you to host your online business on, it's actually never been easier. You can literally go on WAP. I have a link in the description. This is not an ad, but they did try to get me to work for them. Haven't said yes yet. But this is not an ad. You can literally go work with WAP, build your platform out, and then just get people that would be interested in your product. So again, starting from nothing. If you had literally nothing, you start posting on social media, maybe the first month you warm your account. You're engaging, you're commenting on other people's posts, you're following other people, you're acting like a human trying to grow a social media account. Most people, they make a new account, they post to it, then they go back to the other account. That's awful. You have to interact and warm the account, number 1. Number 2, once you start getting that ball rolling, start posting short videos, by the way, 4 to 6 seconds long, a lot of text on screen to increase the average watch time. Trending audios. You can even use original audios because I believe they get a better push. Buying the check mark, the verified account will get you even more reach. All of these things are very important to warming your account. Once the ball is rolling, and you've warmed that account up, then you can actually start promoting what you think is important. So for me, it was talking about dating and relationships. Talking about that gave me a following. And once you have a following about something that you care about, that you can run a business on, then you can launch an offer. So these are the 3 options for an offer. You can do product, service, or info. If you do a coaching offer, that's a combination of info and service. But you pick one, you go on WAP, there's a link in the description, it's literally free. I don't promote it, I don't get anything from this, but I use WAP. All my business is hosted through WAP because it's basically a SaaS tool that allows you to onboard and implement a bunch of different programs and stuff, right, for free. So I use it. But you start selling people and getting them there, and you can start with whatever you want. I mean, again, you could do a product if you want. I don't think products really, unless you know a lot about e-com, I'd stay away from it. I'd probably do coaching if you're an expert in your field. If you're not an expert in your field, you can always partner with someone that is. But realistically, if you're growing a following about something, you should be an expert in your field. And the crazy thing is, you're gonna be like, all right, well, maybe I'll start a community. I guarantee someone's watching this and be like, oh, I guess I'll start a community. And we'll keep it low ticket so I can get a lot of people in. And then we'll raise price. Maybe we'll start at $50 a month, or whatever the number is. That's the worst thing you could possibly do, because it's not, no one cares about $50. If someone pays $50, they're not going to show up to a call. I promise you. I started for free because I was like, hey, I don't want to charge people. I don't care about making money. And so I did it for free. No one cared. No one showed up. I had brands trying to work with creators for like my creators. My creators weren't even applying for the deals that I was sending them. I couldn't believe it. Imagine turning down thousands of dollars because you didn't care. So now at this point, you've learned content as a skill. You have a following. Basically, you only need like a few thousand really to start selling to, because most of your following is going to be coming from new videos, not from people that are currently following you. You just want like kind of a base, and then from there you're getting client results, and this is huge. Like you have to legitimately like be accountable for these people. It's probably going to be a new feeling for a lot of you, but that accountability is what's going to allow you to grow an account massively, because other people are going to be like, oh, this person joined this program and got this result. I would like to do that too. Social proof is truly one of the strongest things in the world. We are very social creatures, and you'll see it once you start selling. Like if you have other results, people will be like, yeah, I believe I can get other results like normal people too. People need to see that. I would also start with one platform. I think Instagram is really, really strong for online business. I think YouTube is probably the best platform because people who go to YouTube, they're gonna sit down and watch a 10, 20-minute video to learn. They're not there to actually scroll or doom scroll. They're actually spending intentional time with you, which is incredible value. But if you were maybe doing a SaaS product, then I'd go on Twitter, because that's where most of the SaaS founders tend to hang out. I don't know why it is that way, but you can connect with those guys. You can learn a lot of strategies for content marketing there. Now, the biggest thing is actually getting eyeballs. So people really overthink this a lot. They're like, okay, well, I'm going to start breaking down, this type of thing. Like if I was selling, a Shelby Sapp Sales Academy thing, and Shelby doesn't go on YouTube and be like, I'm going to break down how to objection handle whatever. She's like, I'm a boss bitch driving my Porsche Macan because I do high ticket selling. It has to be entertaining. You know what I mean? And you're competing in the algorithm with people that are literally entertaining for a living, which means you have to make some entertaining shit. Now, the best way I think to do this is through storytelling. So what I would do is go through your life and actually document, open up a Google Doc and think of everything that's actually had deep meaning in your life. Every story that you've been through, every up and down, pivotal moments. I call them defining moments, like times in your life when you've made a decision to do something that was pivotal, and take all these stories and start telling them, because that's how people are going to actually relate to you and want to follow you. And there's two forms you can do. You can do talking head like this, which is okay. This is still talking head, but you can hold the phone. Like imagine this is a FaceTime, right? Like the FaceTime angle thing works really well. But the other one is like a 4 to 7 second long B-roll clip with text on screen, because it'll increase average watch time. And again, you have to make entertaining content. It used to be about, hey, just give value for free. People will follow you. You need to give entertainment for free, because that's what people want nowadays. People are brain rotted out, so you have to compete with that. And the next thing is you have to monetize quickly. So the hardest part is actually selling, or at least for me. Maybe some of you are, fearless, dominant sellers. It's really not my thing. But what I ended up doing was getting a couple closers to run my offers for me, because it's actually a lot easier. I can spend my time doing content, which I love to do, and all they do is close. I'd start with a pretty simple offer. My first offer that I ever did was like 6 months of coaching for like $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that. And it was like weekly coaching one-on-one. But the idea was, okay, I got to get people in the door here. I can't be charging 10K unless I have 10K worth of results, right? Because people pay based on what they think they'll get from you. If they think you'll make them 10 grand, they're willing to put down 5. That's like usually the rule. Once you have this audience, this is so easy. You just say, hey, you put a poll up. What do you guys see me for? What do you guys like about me? This is so easy. And they'll be like, yeah, maybe it's fitness, maybe it's dating, maybe it's growth operating. I don't know. And they'll be like, okay, cool. Like, how are you? And then you do a question thing, and people start asking you questions about these things. And you're like, well, why don't you guys do this? And you become an expert around for this group of maybe 1,000 people viewing your stories, right? And then from there, you launch an offer. But it has to be based on what they think of you, right? They have to know that you're an expert at something. And then you pivot that account to position yourself as an expert. This is the key thing. If you don't position yourself as an expert, no one's going to take you as an expert. It's very much how you project yourself, how you are is how people will see you. It's such an underrated thing that people don't really understand. It's all about how you see yourself and how you position yourself. I've positioned myself as a UGC creator. And because of that, brands have came to me because they wanted UGC. If you position yourself as a fitness coach, then fitness people will go to you. If you tell the world what you do and what you want and the outcome you're looking for, the world will usually bend to your will if you, again, do more than other people. And then what you're gonna do is set up an application. Be like, okay, cool. If you want to apply, here you go. Typeform application. You qualify people with logic. Now, logic you can build in Typeform. It's very easy. If they say, hey, I want to invest in myself, then you book a call with them. You get on a call, you close them. If they say, I don't really want to invest in myself, but I do want, some help, then you send them like a free PDF on some things that have really helped you, or like a free training thing, or maybe you have a course that you send them. I don't know. But you give them something else because they don't want to invest. Now, let's say you have a video that performs very well for you. What I would do, because now you're going to start making some money from this, with closing some people, getting results and stuff, I would try to take some of that money and put like a $10, $15, $25 a day ad spend on one of your organic videos that is doing well, that would help people comment or lead mag message you, whatever it is, so that people are coming to you based off your organic Instagram. This is really good because it's going to increase followers for a reel that's specific to how, like, about your business. So for instance, if I'm doing the UGC business, then I'm going to run an ad based on UGC. And then because of that, people are going to come to me. They'll either follow me, they'll DM me, whatever. I have leads for days. So yes, I have the organic content always, but now I have a steady stream of ad flow every single month. Incredible. All right, now here's what really sets people apart in this world, okay? I've seen this time and time again. And it was confirmed. I always had the suspicion. But when I went to the WAP headquarters in New York and I spoke to Brett Malinowski, who is one of their top guys, Brett actually, he gave a speech and he kind of was like, people were asking him, hey, Brett, like, what's your routine to be the successful guy? And he's like, no routine. I don't do cold showers or cold plunges. I don't go to the sauna. I don't wake up at the same time every day. He's like, I work and I work really hard. And I work until the work is done every day. And I get up whenever I get up and I work again. And he's like, most people just don't work like that. So, there's really no competition. And that is the truth. That is the sauce, I'm telling you right now. If you're playing the social media game, if you legitimately post more than other people 3-5 times a day, you can't lose. No one knows this yet. It's actually the biggest cheat code in the world. And if you're actually posting every day, on average, my bad reels get 2K views, the shitters. I get 20 likes or something, like an absolute flop. If I'm posting 3 of those every day, 6K views, 7K views, maybe 100 likes in total about my business, that's still $1,000 in ad spend or whatever, hundreds of dollars in ad spend, whatever it is, that's literally free views. You don't have to pay for ads anymore if you use organic like that. So if you actually just promote yourself and have the balls to do that and the gumption, the world will bend to your will. I don't know how long it's going to be like this, but it's actually as close to free as it can be right now. You just have to promote yourself. I wish I was kidding. It is that easy. Most people just don't have the balls to do it. Most people are like, oh, well, I'll let that guy run his offer, or yeah, I'm just not quite there yet. I don't want to start posting on social media until I've made it. Whatever these fucking things are that are like holding you back, it's all bullshit. It's not real. I would recommend reading a few books. One of those would be The Almanac of Naval Ravikant. Naval talks about like the 4 greatest forms of leverage. Like, I don't know all of them, but like social media or content is one of the strong ones, as well as coding, which I talked about earlier. I would read The War of Art because, right, when you're trying to post on social media, your brain is going to fight it because it wants to, not disrupt the status quo. It wants to just fit into the pack, but you have to disrupt the status quo and actually post. So The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, very good as well. So I haven't actually talked about like why my business works so well. And it's honestly just because of organic social media. It's all I do. And it's not a very hard game. It's a volume game. Most people will never play the volume game because they have too many things holding them back, whether it's time, effort, energy. They can't play it. To play the volume game, you can be successful. You can be anyone and be successful if you're willing to play it. And after posting like a couple thousand short form videos like I have, then you can have 100K months. It's not that crazy. That's the only skill I really do have. I outsourced team management. I outsourced selling and sales processes. I outsourced my operations. One thing I haven't outsourced is content. And because of that, we do 75 to 100K a month. Now, if you want more information, DM me UGC on Instagram. I'll actually walk you through all of this and text you and show you like, personal things that I've done to actually get ahead of some of these roadblocks that you're gonna go through. And then yeah, just let me know in the comments if you guys have any more questions, because I love talking about this. I think online business is the future. I mean, I've looked at the jobs reports. I looked at how wages aren't, increasing. Inflation is increasing though, and it just looks pretty grim. So with the introduction of AI and all these things, it's like, what are the last frontiers, the last moats that AI will hit? And I personally think personal branding and social media is a big one, because people are going to always want to connect with real people. That'll just be like that forever. We're social creatures. I've seen it. And again, I was literally a sales guy, and I wasn't good at it. I wasn't. I'm a very normal person, and that's what I always try to tell people is, if you're not good at sales, that's fine. If you don't have any special talents about you, that's fine. That's actually a good thing. It means you're competing with the world without even knowing what is special about you, and you do have something special about you. I fully believe that in my heart, that everyone has something uniquely special, gifted about them that was given from God. Fully believe that. And honestly, what is holding you back is just not posting. I hate to say it, but that's the reality. So when you get over that hump, you're going to be fine and you're going to kill. One last thing. I do believe your level of success is capped at like your personal development. So if your personal development is pretty low, like you don't have much discipline, you don't like work out, you don't eat well, you don't read a lot, then how are you supposed to become the person that can make $1 million in a year? You can't. So focus on that stuff first. But anyways, I appreciate you guys for staying for this entire thing. Again, DM me UGC on Instagram, and we can have a convo more about this if you'd like, or just drop some questions in the comments, and we'll go from there. Later.